Today I'm reviewing this 3-pack of cutting mats, standard grip from XINART. These mats are good on both the Maker and the Explorer machines. After listening to the video, if you're interested in checking it out, go to the description below for the link. So today I'm going to show you a few different materials on the mat so you can see how well it sticks. Truly, the stickiness of the item to the mat is what determines how well it's going to go through the cutting machine. I always find when I'm not using a real Cricut mat, I don't know if I said that, but these are not true Cricut mats. They're a different brand called XINART. Sometimes I find when using the non-Cricut mats, HTV is a hard stick. This has happened, I'd say it's probably 50-50 for me. I can still cut with them, but I do have to tape the HTV down to make it stick. Sometimes I can even get it started through the machine and then it starts to lift. It kind of varies, but I can already tell, you'll know that quickly if the mat's going to hold the HTV. So I can see right here, this mat has a good stickiness level if I'm cutting HTV. All right, let's try it next with paper. Sometimes when you get these off brands, they will be so sticky that after you do your cut, it's actually hard to get the paper off of the mat. So it's funny, some people say they're either too sticky or they're not sticky enough. It's really important just to think through what is it that you're cutting. I actually don't cut a ton of paper. So for me, there is no such thing as too sticky. But this paper obviously sticks really nicely. This paper will almost always stick nicely. The question is, for paper, is it going to stick too hard? And this looks like it comes off pretty well. It is a strong stick though. I mean, it really is strong. I don't think there'd be too much of a problem, but if you cut a lot of small pieces, that might be a little sticky. But I think I would use this for paper. So far, I think we have a thumbs up on the paper and a thumbs up on the vinyl. The last one I'm going to do is a piece of faux leather. Now, faux leather, the bigger my material, thicker my material gets, the more the stickiness is important. And so this is where I find some mats don't work well enough for me because I do cut a lot of faux leather on my standard grip mats, and I really need it to hold well because if it lifts while it cuts, it gets jammed and then I lose the material too. The time and digging out the jam and then also the loss of the material. So this is on here, but I do want to kind of pull it to see how well it feels like it's really on here. And this feels pretty good. So all three of my materials that I tested passed this stick test on this. There is one thing I'm not sure will test. I find this with this brand sometimes. Again, you saw those sticks, so that's good. But I like to just throw my hand. This kind of goes against everything you learn because you don't want to get oils on it. But I throw my hand on the mat, and if I can pick it up, I should move these other mats away because the static kind of holds on to it. I throw my hand on the mat, and if I can pick it up, well, I've kind of got gravity working against me here. There we go. If I can pick it up and it stays, then it's a good stick. So see, this is good. My fingertips are kind of lifting, but even when I shake it, you can see my fingers are kind of lifting. I think this is a mat I can get with faux. I'm going to be fine with paper. I'm going to be fine with vinyl. If I'm cutting heavier materials, I think this mat will probably not stay as sticky as long as some of the other mats I test. So that's another thing I use. So overall, I feel good about them. I bought them multiple times through the years when I see how the pricing lines up to what the competitors are. That kind of drives my decision, and it's a good enough product for me many times that I still end up buying it.